Again, a host of first starters coming up in the third race of the day at Sha Tin, and it is Class 4, 1200 metres with Chicken Dance heading the lineup here. The tongue tie goes on for Jamie Richards and Derek Lung. Miracle Victory's won 3 trials leading into this. California Forest has won a trial and he's up 28 pounds. Young Life Forever. Further down, you've got the newcomers kicking off with Dragon's Luck for Lyle Hewitson and Douglas White. Fast Buck for John Size. General Ace has only had 1 trial for Francis Lloyd, and Golden Bull with 2 trials here did also trial in New Zealand. Fantastic Choice, a recent trial winner for Dinner Ship. Marvel Dragon. Prime Mortar was certainly better last start. Flaming Eagle has drawn barrier 14. Soaring Tower comes into with a second up, and Sunshine Legendary has the crossover noseband going on for Jai McNeil. Speed here, Nick. Dragon's Luck, he's shown a bit of toe in his trials, and so too has Golden Bull.
Yeah, they both have, haven't they? And Dragon's Luck, his trials have not been too bad at all, actually. Miracle Victory, he's an interesting runner, obviously drawn gate 5. He can perhaps roll forward, and then you've got the likes of Fast Buck and Newcomer. Prime Mortar probably not too far away. Well, General Ace, he's out there in 13, so you might have to do a little bit tough, Paul.
Yeah, he's only had the 1 trial too, General Ace, so we're not really sure what to expect from him. California Forest, he's sort of led in a recent trial and did go nicely, so he might be a little bit more forward.
Okay, first key race we can have a look at for the third is Chicken Dance, and this here was Chicken Dance back in race 809, winning last season, Nick, back on the 10th of July over Proud Dragon. Then went out at reasonably short odds for his first assignment this season.
Yeah, he did. And look, it might well have been plenty of support, obviously, because he's now joined Jamie Richards and formerly with Paul O'Sullivan. But interesting, they've put a tongue tie on him, and that's not going to be an unusual thing for a Richards-trained horse. And last time he ran at Happy Valley, forget that run. I think he's better here, and he's performed off higher marks in the past. So I think you can fancy him here.
Yeah, the thing with him is he looked like he was going to go through the grades, and he had all those issues with his leg. He was lame, tendinitis and whatnot, and he just hasn't looked the same horse. But we'll see if he can bounce back from the new stable.
I think it was International Day one day. Did he win International Day or something like that?
Could have.
It was one of those sorts of horses. It might have been Star of Yunlong. They were sort of similar sort of profiles earlier on in their careers. As we move on to have a look at a few trials here, and we'll start with Miracle Victory. Paul, he's won 3 trials. He's won off 54 in the past. He's marked 55 here.
Yeah, he is. So look, he's coming in at a nice enough rating, isn't he? So look, he's going well, and he's a horse that does run pretty well fresh, Miracle Victory. So it was a nice enough trial from him.
Yeah, I thought he's run since winning. He's sort of taken a bit of a backward step for mine, but these trials have looked pretty good, and well, hopefully, as Tom alluded to there, he's off a decent enough mark, I think, where he can bounce back.
There is Miracle Victory. First of the newcomers here is California Forest. Nick, he was a bit slow away and didn't do a lot over 1,000 metres first up at Happy Valley behind Pretty Queen Prawn, but got out to a big lead in this barrier trial to win it by 3 3/4.
Yeah, they only had designs on one way of going, and that was forward. Look, he's eventually had the deficit eroded there, but they were never going to catch him. So interesting, Paul, that they have gone forward with him. Angus Rides claims 10, drawn a good gate. I expect to see him prominently ridden, I reckon.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. He has been slow away in his starts. He's had 9 of them. He's by Kingman, and he did ping in that trial. So if he jumps, he might be a bit closer, but he hasn't done that in the past.
I think these will be a couple of the main protagonists here, Paul, even though there's a big gap in the market at this point. Dragon's Luck, who was second in this trial behind Golden Bull.
They were good trials. And look, the thing with Dragon's Luck is I thought he was going just as well as Golden Bull here. Golden Bull ended up winning the trial, but Dragon's Luck wasn't pushed. You can see in the blue on the inside. And at 20s, I think he's overs compared to 3.1 Golden Bull.
Yeah, a few factors at play, I suppose. Dragon's Luck drawn wide, whereas Golden Bull is drawn wide, and obviously Zach Purton rides Golden Bull, so expect that support for him. But I agree, it was a good trial from both.
Okay, as we move on to a Fast Buck, this was a rain-affected all-weather track, Nick, but he jumped really quickly in the trial. He had 4 jump outs over in Australia prior to arriving.
Yeah, didn't mind this. I mean, look, like you say, that the track, was obviously quite wet on this occasion, so they were just taking it relatively easy with him. He's down 4 times up to 2,100 metres and is related to winners up to a mile, so it might just be one for a little bit further down the line, Paul.
Yeah, it could be that way. He's only had the 2 trials as well. He's 1171 pounds, but both trials have been okay. His work's been good.
One more to have a look at here from the trial file, a couple more in fact. Fantastic Choice and General Ace. He's only had 1 trial here, Paul. He had 3 in New Zealand, in fact 4 in New Zealand with Tim and Margaret Carter, and I thought he looked okay in the trial.
The trial was fine, but it's very hard to take a horse off 1 trial. I like Fantastic Choice, actually. I think he's only had the 1 run, but he seems to have improved, and I just like the way he finished off that trial.
Yeah, he should improve, shouldn't he? He would have taken benefit from that debut run, and he can certainly take a step forward.
Okay, again, a host of first starters here, Paul. I think you're keen on one of them?
Yeah, I'm going to make him the each-way play because I think he's come up at very big odds here, which is Dragon's Luck. It's probably because he's drawn a little bit wide, but he's got that early speed. And Long Hewittson's a very positive rider. I'm sure he's going to try for the lead there. Fantastic choice. Another one at a big price. I've got, one at 20, one at 24 there. Golden Bull, the favourite, the first start. We'll put California Forest in. He needs to jump. We'll see how he ends up. He's by Kingman, so he could be a bit longer in time for him as well. 5, 9, 8 and 3.
I've gone with the toppy here. Chicken Dance at a little bit of value. Like the addition of a tongue tie going on this fellow. And I just thought he might just be a half decent price in this race. So we'll go with the top one, Chicken Dance, who I think could be plenty of value on the card here. In for second goes the 8, Golden Bull, who I've liked his trials and he looks well prepared for this. The 3, California Forest in to perhaps add a bit of pace. And the 6, a friend fast buck in, perhaps at a bit of odds, and one to catch the eye. So 1, 8, 3 and 6.
That is race number 3, which is the first leg of the first double trio on Saturday afternoon at Sha Tin, with Golden Bull coming up the early favourite at 3.1.